What's inside the cell of an animal? To find out, 6th graders at the Dorset School took not only the traditional scientific approach, but also teamed up with the school's art department to get a sense of what goes on inside those microscopically small entities that, just like in human beings, form the building blocks of who we are. If you'd wandered around to the back of the Dorset School recently, you would have found this geodesic dome that allowed you to wander inside and get an up-close look at what makes up an animal cell, complete with QR codes that, with your cell phone, no pun intended, you can get more information. We'll let some of the students in Carly Love's science class and School Superintendent Randy Lowe, who happened to be stopping by for a visit, take it from there.
Have it in photo mode.
Okay, so I'll show you, Mr. McGeever, that if I put this in the camera, so I haven't learned about the mitochondria yet.
So you don't want to be recording.
No, you can record, because you can watch. So if I do this, then I'm scanning the QR code, and then I can open it up. And the students have recorded.
Hello, welcome to the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell because it releases energy. The mitochondria is like the engine of a vehicle.
So every part of the cell has a QR code attached to it, and the students narrated so that anybody's walking through here, they can learn about the different parts of the cell.
So on the other side of the QR codes, we have like a picture for like younger grades, so like a simple sentence so they can understand.
I wonder how the cell knows the difference between what can be reused here through a lysosome.
The project gave the students a chance to explore cellular structure, not only outside in the cellular geodesic dome, but inside in class.
Very first time I introduced this unit to this group, we watched this video, and do you guys remember how we were feeling afterwards? We were like, oh.
6 ways to know you're alive for sure. Living things have cells. They use stimuli to maintain a well state. They have DNA. They reproduce. They live, thrive, and die. They use energy.
Hey yo, first things first. There's 3 different types of living things on the earth. You heard? There's organisms with 1 cell whose life functions are performed by organelles. And green plants use photosynthesis. And chloroplast converts sunlight and lives with it. And last are the animals. Listen, cells, tissue, organ to organ system. And they're unique, I can't lie, Holmes. Only animal cells contain lysosomes. But all cells contain ribosomes that make proteins, the building blocks, I suppose. Yo, but don't get caught slipping on the oils and the fats, aka the lipids.
The project was launched as a collaborative effort between art teacher David Paarlberg-Kvam and science teacher Carly Love. Mr. Paarlberg-Kvam, or Mr. PK as he's better known around the Dorset School, explains how it got started.
As educators, we know that cross-curricular connections are one of the best ways to sort of cement student learning. And I think that coupled with the idea that, you know, coming back from a sort of a remote experience last year with COVID, you know, we wanted to try and build, build community and help with sort of social emotional learning and get the kids in 6th grade to really be striving to do something as a group and as a team. And I think that, you know, we also realized that, you know, middle school kids at that age kind of respond to a spectacle, you know, a sort of a big project that gets people's attention, that has them doing things that are unique and, noteworthy within the community. You know, you get all the little kids being really curious about what they're doing. That gets the middle school kids excited, and they want to explain it, and they want to share that experience with the younger kids. And they think it's cool. You know, they think it's cool to be part of something that has people turning their heads.
And after her class, Ms. Love talked with us some more about the project.
My assignment for teaching changed this year, and I'm reintegrated into the 6th grade curriculum as the science and math teacher, and I knew that cell structure and function was part of the 6th grade science curriculum. And so early on during our BRSU teacher professional development days before the school year started, Dave and I were in a BRSU meeting, and sort of at a transition time, I nudged him and I said, "Hey, PK, I've got this crazy science teacher art project pipe dream, and I want to make a macroscopic cell that the kids can walk into." And he was like, "I totally am picking up what you're throwing down." He was like, "Let me think about it and we'll talk more." The next day we had another meeting, and he was like, "I've been thinking about it all night. We can do it in the workshop space. I can have the kids create the sculptures. We'll do some of the sculpting parts and planning out a project." So it really started before the school year. And unfortunately, Dave and I don't get a lot of common time together. So it was in between passing and trying to catch each other at lunch, or going for a hike out in the woods together, and just kind of brainstorming and coming up with our ideas.
So did they have like a sort of a separate art component to all of this, as well as
I believe so. Yeah, there's some visual arts standards that are more specific to visual art representation. Sculpting is part of what they need to do, and planning and executing a project through, which is one of our transferable skills, is being responsible for our learning and showing that we can make a plan and communicate that with our classmates and with our teachers and our groups.
We always knew those tiny microorganisms were busy places, but thanks to the integrated art and science approach, the sixth graders at Dorset School now have an even better appreciation about that. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.